These walls can talk. Open your mind and listen.
Trailing down these hollowed halls, can you hear me? Staring down these story walls, can you see me?
Alrighty.
Well, let's see if that worked now.
Yeah,
We don't seem to be in the screen just yet.
we're still there.
We're having technical difficulties.
It's okay. I don't know why it's not working. No. We're on.
We're on.
Yeah.
Okay, people. So just bear with us for a quick second here. Certainly make comments if you need to. There. Well, okay. There we are on the camera, but we're not on the show. So if somebody could text and text.
I don't know why it's not opening up. Usually we're right there. Oh. It's okay. We don't have anyone watching it. Don't worry. Why? There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Holy hell. What happened?
Had the overlay.
It's okay. You know what? It was only like 2 minutes into the show, 1:50 into the show. You guys got the wonderful entry video, and then you got to see us all discombobulated. You might have heard me pass gas a couple minutes beforehand. I have no idea, possibly, and I don't really care. So there's none of you out there just at this point in time. Oh, there you go. Hey, Johnny. It's funny. It shows nobody there, but oh, she's on YouTube. She's watching through YouTube.
Yeah, but it should show us. Oh, we have one from YouTube now.
Well,
there we go.
Well, who knows? We're still learning this whole StreamYard process, and any discombobulation that happens of technical merit is Fiona's fault, as you know. So as you can see, we had our very first screw up at the start of the show. So I forgive you.
Thanks.
Okay.
I was really looking for it.
If I had done it, it probably would have been a bit more work integrity involved, you know. So anyway, this will also be broadcast through Anchor and Spotify and all that as well. So tonight we're going to discuss movies and television shows. We're going to keep it easy. I think we've had enough shit out there going on about COVID and everything serious. I don't want to talk about that. Hey, Linda, I just want to insult TV shows. Okay. Really, that's why I'm here. I don't watch paranormal TV anymore.
No.
I did. I used to. Now, sorry, it's the vid. Now, basically, I occasionally catch them, or I watch them on purpose to get upset at them or critique them. I'm a masochist, basically. So just to go forward on this here, please recall and remember that opinions that are given forth on this show are not that of the network or anybody else. Okay, it's just me and my team. Really, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna get my glasses fixed. God damn, they look stupid. So these are my opinions. Okay, so I will slag shows. I will say what I think about them, and also what I also want you to think here is that I'm not. You know, you've got different kinds of shows out there, right? You've got shows that dramatize real life events. You've got reality shows, and then you've got dramatic shows, right? That's it. But a lot of them are, that's got Dave on it and Hans's daughter. I think I've watched it once. I'm actually going to go further into that on a different episode where we talk about cult of personality versus iconography. So at this stage of the game, I don't actually want. Here's my list. Again, the professional list. I scrapped it down. That's how I do all of my shows. All right. I do get a kick out of some teams that talk about how that they wouldn't have wanted their own show and or they've never watched a show or were not inspired by a show. Look, that's bullshit. almost all teams out there are inspired to some degree by a show. It's okay. You can admit it. It's totally human. I've even bought equipment based on watching a show and saying, damn, I really want that piece of equipment. And then it cost me $500 and it didn't do anything. And I realized, damn, I should have saved my money. But whatever. So, you know, like a lot of these shows do have serve of inspiration and or giving you the reason to produce yourself, right? Like, look, we make YouTube videos. I've got a couple hundred YouTube videos out there. It's kind of like when I say to my clients, look, you know, you're not paying me. I don't get paid for what we do, but our payment is being able to produce a video and use it as kind of like our own credit, right? And just to share for the world, right? And they suck in a certain way because like we're not a production team.
Well,
As do I will not be bringing up any videos that are on Prime Video because they all suck too because they're all a bunch of independents. So you know, I'm really sorry. I'm coughing myself a little sick. You know, I think maybe I need to go get a rapid test. I think I really honestly haven't even been out in the real world in 3 damn years. So
yeah.
So that's something we need to consider. Actually, and my clients will tell you, we actually have one of my clients on right now. I will ask what shows you watch. I will ask people that are on my team what shows you watch so that I know what to expect with your alignment. Okay, like I know that if you're watching a highly dramatic show and that's like what you would consider to be like the Bible truth, that I'm going to go to your house and you're going to expect there to be a septic pit full of I'm going to say it as it is, a septic pit full of demons in your basement, right? So and there are some people and there are some shows and movies that were made that I actually by people that are idiots in my opinion that actually I thought the movie was pretty good. Yeah, so I do that with the alignment, and sometimes I will not bring somebody onto my team if they basically think that this show is that's kind of pathetic to say that, but it's true. I'm CAD like that. Like, and you know, yeah. If you're like, oh my God, I watched Crossing Over with John, what's his name? And I can see that spirit comes out of his chest and comes and speaks to all of his uncles and aunts. And I just want to be able to do that for everybody. Well, guess what? You're not on my team. All right. Yes, that's just it. So movies. Let's get into movies. Okay, we got it. Let's get the granddaddy of movies, right? Ghostbusters. Not a real investigation movie.
No.
Ivan Reitman just died, so all respect to him, the man who made it. Ghostbusters, was it the 4th installment with the young ladies?
Yeah.
It was really shitty.
Then they're making one with Finn
Not
Wolfhard.
because they're women. And I've had people on my back about you always said that because they're women.
Of course.
No, it was a shitty movie.
But then they're making a new one now.
Well, Afterlife. Yeah, it's not new. It's already like on DVD.
No, the one
You're
with
stupid.
Finn Wolfhard, the one from Stranger Things.
There's another new one.
Yeah, coming out this year.
God damn. Okay. Well, I haven't even seen Afterlife yet, but I do hear it's pretty good. Ghostbusters never really inspired me to get into investigating.
No.
I have heard some people say it did,
Oh.
which is like if that movie inspired you,
What kind of investigating?
what are you gonna
do?
go? You're gonna go get Zool? We did actually host a dance one year in the lovely town of Renfrew. Yeah, the metropolis of Renfrew, and hey Dan, and we did dress up in Ghostbuster gear. I admit it, we did it. We appropriated the film, but it is what it was. Anyway, the Ghostbusters movies are great. They're fun. Okay, right? But that's The Conjuring. I guess I should be attached to The Conjuring because Warner Brothers had us, introduce the movie in the theaters in Ottawa and Toronto.
It's a good movie, but
yes, you just hit the point to a movie.
It's a good movie, but that's it.
Right, like the Warrens, to which my mother had some dealings with Ms. Warren. Yeah, I think her husband. I think Ed was the investigator, but I don't know. Right? That's kind of like the whole cult of personality thing.
Yeah.
I think Ed and Lorraine Warren kind of get a lot of their cred
Yeah.
by media. again, I'm not like a big psychic guy, right? So, they never did it for me. I enjoyed the Conjuring movies.
Yeah, they're good. It's just
Do they give me a little inspiration to investigate?
sure.
Ed does. Kind of in a way, because they're using the old tape to tape and
Yeah.
the old stuff, right? And I'm thinking, man, I want to go out and buy a reel to reel, and it would probably cost me $7,000 now.
Does it really depict what the average investigation is?
No, I've never had an investigation like that. I wish. And
That'd
people are
be
like,
pretty
you
fucking
would really
sick.
wish, you actually wish like things would fly across the room in an
Yes.
investigation? Yes,
I did.
I do, because I do. I mean, like, although we've had things collapsing around us as of recent during
Yeah,
the
our
podcast.
last podcast, I just like fell in the
And,
corner.
and you know what? Like, we're doing open disclosure. We're doing an investigation here at my home. Normally, to say you don't shit where you sleep. Well, we're going to, and we've done some pre-work here. But I know the other day, I walked out of my room and saw my wife in the kids' room. Now, my kids are in their 20s, right? So it's not like the kids are not kids anymore. They are. But they're like, they just won't go. And she was in the room. And then I went downstairs and she was sitting on the couch, which was weird. And then I was sitting on a podcast with Dan's on with us tonight, Dan Duchesneau. If I'm bastardizing your name, it's okay, because I'm an Anglophone and you're French and I can't say it. So I was talking away and my dog was lying in the hallway. And all that's in the hallway is a hallway. It's just it. It's just wood. He's a big black lab, and all of a sudden just lost his mind and started squealing at something. And so much my wife ran upstairs. So we got some weird stuff happening here. Anyway, not because of The Conjuring. Let's be right. Amityville.
Again, good movie, but
Do you know that there were 18 movies in that series?
really,
I just read that.
18.
18 movies. I thought there was like the original one,
Yeah.
and then the one when Ryan Reynolds, they redid it.
Yes.
I thought there was just that. But no, there's more.
Huh.
Sandy and I saw Amityville: The Awakening the other night, and you know what? It was actually pretty good. I'll give it that. Now, look, there's some historical accuracy to that. Like there was the DeFeo murders in Long Island in '74, and then the Lutz family. I think they went in there and they had some experiences, and then the dude wrote a book about it in a movie. There was a lawsuit. Everything was ugly, and then it just became something else. They renovated the house. They changed the address of the house. You can't go in the house. I've actually heard some charlatans on YouTube in the last little while not last little while, it could be like 10 years ago.
Same thing.
Look, now I'm in my 50s now. Everything's last a little while.
Oh, man.
So, and what were they saying? Well, we were investigating the Amityville house, and dude, they were like 24 years old. No, you weren't. So you can't investigate it, guys. You can't go to it. You can drive out in the street. It's now at 108 Ocean Avenue in Long Island. Anyway, those are pretty cool. Poltergeist. Look, I saw, my wife had never seen Poltergeist. I almost locked her in a bedroom. I thought, like, well, I know that sounds horrible, but I did. So
In a crate.
Poltergeist was an amazing movie, and I loved it.
I think it's just iconic.
It's damn right, it's iconic.
Yeah.
And then Poltergeist, I went and she hadn't seen those either. I went on Amazon and I bought Poltergeist 2 and 3 the other night. Poltergeist 2 is amazing. I love Poltergeist 2.
The hurricane
And
everything. Throwing them out of the window.
The holy temple, the creepy old man shit. It was awesome, and it was all full of creepy. Loved that movie, and you know what? That's awesome. Haven't seen 3 in a long time, but I know that basically after 3, everybody died.
Yeah.
Like the whole cast, everybody,
Whole cast.
except for 2 of them. Even the little girl, and
So messed up.
it's really weird. I remember when that happened. Paranormal Activity. Let's get real. Paranormal Activity was...
They made like 6 of them.
Really?
Yes.
I thought there was 1.
No, there's like a series of them, and like it's like this, not the same storyline either. Like it's just different hauntings.
Oh,
like,
so it's not like a continuation.
I think some of it is connected, but it's different families, but then still connected to the same. I don't know. I just vaguely remember watching like all of them.
What I vaguely remember doing is screaming at the television at the top of my lungs. No, we have not looked into the Enfield Poltergeist. Is in Enfield, Ontario? Because if it's Enfield, Ontario, that's near us. I watched Paranormal Activity, and I'm like, you're using the wrong camera.
Oh yeah.
You're not using the right lights. What are you trying to do? And the whole creepiest part of the movie, by far, 100% down the mile, was his wife standing over him, staring at him for like 5.5 hours.
Fuck, when you watch,
Oh my
when you watch
God.
the whole time lapse, and she's just fucking standing there. You're like,
If-
if I woke up
if
to
Brandon
Brandon,
was
was staring at me for 5 hours, I would shoot him.
Yeah,
Get the
I would-
fuck out of my house.
Yeah, Sandy would be right out the picture window we have in our room. Going, you are one freaky deaky woman. Oh, Enfield. No, I've never been to the UK. You know what? I've been to. Hey guys, by the way.
Hey, Kay.
Oh, sorry. Hey Kay. I thought she was going to say something. By the way. By the way, something. I've never been to the UK. Look, I've been to Japan. I've been to Australia. I've been
You're
to
the
Fiji.
real Welshman.
I've been to, the Netherlands and all that noise. I've
Been to
never
Fiji?
actually been to the UK.
You've been to Fiji?
Anyway, I know.
Wow.
I
I think my favorite scene of. Oh, all right.
No, one sec.
Goodbye.
No, just gotta check on the dog.
My favorite scene of Paranormal Activity is definitely the pots and pans because it's hilarious watching them fall all over the place when they definitely would not have been doing that. It's just iconic. I got my ghost tattoo, just for anyone wondering. I have no conversation skills, but it's right there. It has flowers on it, which my dad judges me about. He has ever investigate in Japan, Brandon wants to know.
No, I got my shit beat out of me in Japan. I was training martial arts.
I was trying to show my ghost
I wasn't
tattoo
investigating in
as well.
Japan. And I don't speak Japanese. So that brings on a different kind of topic of another show, which would be like if I was in Japan, and one of the things when you see other shows like ones I will bring up tonight where they go international, like say we're in Romania and we're in a castle in Romania and I'm trying to talk to Vlad Tepes, but I'm talking in English.
It's not going to translate well.
It's not going to translate well. It would be like him talking to me in Romanian, right? So no, I haven't investigated in Japan. I do speak some Japanese, but I speak dojo Japanese.
Yeah, since I travel.
Yeah, a little bit of traveler, and I speak enough that in the dojo I can give instructions to my students, right? So I'm not a fluent Japanese. But
can count.
when you're in Japan, you don't need to really speak Japanese because they all speak English. Hello, Philip. Oh. And the Changeling. Do you know what? It's probably been 30 years since I've seen that movie. I mean, Kay, you're dating yourself there, right? George C. Scott's been dead since like 1941. Yeah, I remember seeing that
They're
movie.
creepy though.
Let's have a look here. Some other movies. The Blair Witch. That's not really a paranormal movie. I just like Blair Witch. I was actually in Burkittsville in the graveyard they filmed in, and the people in Burkittsville hate everybody because of that movie. White Noise. Love the movie White Noise.
Okay, I actually have a really crazy story about White Noise.
The movie?
Yes. So,
It's Richard Gere or something. Huh?
okay, I was living in Saskatchewan at the time.
Oh.
And yeah, all my Saskatchewan stories were really great. But I was sleeping over at a friend's house and the White Noise movie was playing and then just randomly it goes silent. Like the movie broke. And so there was no fucking sound coming out.
No, the DVD player broke.
No. Yeah, maybe. We rented it. So, but, we're 7 and 8 years old, of course, watching this movie and just silence.
Okay, so you had a technical mishap.
At 7 years old, it is quite the technical
So that was the
mishap.
memory. Well,
Yeah.
I liked it because of the whole EVP thing. And we have a trailer. Sandy and I bought a trailer, and we have a trailer up in Bancroft, which is called White Noise. I can put the picture up, and did you? I watched that movie the first time. You know what? The Exorcist was an excellent movie. I didn't put it on here because it's pretty obvious. I like the movie, but everybody talks about it like it needed to be an Academy Award. It was actually really shittily acted, in my opinion. Everybody's like, "Oh, Linda Blair was so this and that," but I was sort of stupid.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it. And now look, The Entity, which was another one. Whoever gets to see a half-naked woman crawling like a spider from her bed being flipped up to the wall in the ceiling. Well, when you're like a 14-year-old boy, that's a bloody thrill. That's like softcore paranormal activity.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
And I'm going to give this one, and a lot of people who know me are going to go, "What? Have you guys ever investigated any interesting publicly accessible places around Durham region?" This area is incredibly hard, Phil. We've done the Automotive Museum.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, not a lot. Nobody around here wants. Unfortunately, there are some teams that work around this area that seem to have either more links to those places and/or have ruined it for everybody. And I will take The Amazing Mr. Blunden. It's a kids movie. Okay. I'm 51 years old. I don't want to watch a kids movie.
I'll watch it.
Well, maybe when my grandkids are around. I'm going to say it. Everybody who knows I'm not exactly the hugest fan of Mr. Baggins' work. I enjoyed Demon House. Well, if you're 55, holy God, why are you even awake right now? Oh, wait, you're in BC. It's like 6 o'clock or something, or 5 o'clock.
5:30.
I figured you'd be having some warm milk and going to bed. Look, my wife is 45, and I pick on her for being awake at 10 o'clock at night. So I like Demon House. I thought Demon House kind of actually brought back something that I used to like, to which I'm going to discuss about shows now. That's enough about movies.
I have a few movies.
Oh, sorry.
Can't even allow
Look, it's
me
my
to
show.
talk. Yes, I have my list here in my phone. So Sinister and Insidious. So both of them aren't like super. Insidious is, but Sinister isn't really investigative focused, but Insidious is. And I don't know, like switching realms and everything. Like
I think I've seen one of them.
I watched a few of them, and they're not bad. Like they're spooky, but
Are they like snowflake movies? Does everybody get a prize at the end of the movie?
No, Sinister was actually pretty spooky. I will say that. Sinister is definitely one that I was actually kind of spooked about, but obviously like 14, 15 watching them. And Insidious, they just like switch realms while they're investigating.
Switch realms.
Yeah.
Like they're in a video game?
No. The one boy gets lost in an alternate dimension, and she has to come, this like old medium has to come and exorcise the demon and bring him back. So that just kind of aggravates.
It's really realistic though.
Yeah, super
That's what we do.
realistic. Yeah.
I guess the unfortunate thing is to be honest with you, and you all know it, investigating is boring.
It is.
It's boring. Do you know how many people come start like, "Oh, I want to be on your team. Oh my God, I want to be on your team." And they make it like 3 investigations and yeah, it's boring. Okay.
Yeah,
We have to get to work. So any other movies?
No.
So all you have is 2 movies. You made such a big deal about I've got
I
movies
had
too.
to get my
So
point
why
in.
didn't you take that time to talk about those movies while I was off having a leak?
Because it was sudden, and you still had a lot left of your
But I could have gone afterwards. Instead, you decided to waste that kind of time.
Well, how am I supposed to bounce back?
There's 24 minutes in the show already taken up. I like to make a 45-minute show, and I've got like 30 shows to bring up.
Well, I have one show. So.
Okay, well then you can bounce off me when I do mine, but let's hear your one show.
Supernatural.
Supernatural, not an investigation show. Well,
Okay,
it's not an investigation.
it's not an investigation show, but it does have a lot of the same tools that we obviously not, going in with rock salt and fucking guns.
Or an EMF detector that has
the
little lights.
EMF, EVPs, they talk about that. So, but I've watched the whole show, so.
Because you were in love with both of them.
No, I love the show itself, but there's still that there's still a spiritual aspect to the show. So
look,
it's not that far fetched to
look,
discuss it.
I could
He's bullying me right here.
I could pick on Fiona all I want. I've watched every single season of Supernatural as well. Actually, I watched them all before she got a chance to watch them all, so maybe I'm a bigger fan.
Yeah.
And I like the earlier seasons when they were actually going,
yes.
you know, like the Wendigo and all that kind of
Yes.
stuff, instead of always being in hell. In your opinion, what do you consider being the movie that most portrays what we do? A boring one.
One where they sit in the house for 4 hours and hear.
I don't know that I've seen a movie like that, Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, wait, I'm 55. Oh, I see Kay and Dan are both 55.
See, thank you, Kay.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
No,
There
there's
is spiritual
not.
aspect to it.
Oh, if you want like legends and stuff like that.
No, but they still have techniques where they go into houses and they have to. They don't just go barging in there, especially in the earlier seasons when they were going to random cool like low cases, like the girl hanging herself in the closet,
What's a low case?
That's not what I mean. Like they weren't always going in with fucking leviathans eating people's faces. Like there was some basic shit in there where they had to actually.
Wow,
use
I opened up a
information.
real can of worms here,
Yes!
didn't I? Oh my God. And Dan, I have no idea what you're doing awake. It's 8:26 where you are right now, and you should have had oatmeal and milk and tea. And
He's acting like he's like 25.
he is actually,
No,
Dan.
you're acting like
No,
you're
I'm
25.
Well, I'm quite youthful.
You realize I am 22.
Like we could be brother and sister.
Yeah, same age. Yeah. All right, go to
Okay,
your show.
so I'm gonna go to my shows. Okay, and I can realize a lot of these shows realistically are also offshoots of each other's shows. I'll bring that up. We gotta be able to give credit to certain. You are that old, Dan. You gotta give credit to the people that started the shows. Now this is where I go into cult of personality, and for some reason, a lot of people seem to think if they bring up an old show, all of a sudden it makes them more experienced. No, it just makes you old. Like I hear a lot of investigators bringing up One Step Beyond, which was a show in the late 50s, early 60s. It was a dramatic representation of stories. Like, oh my God, look, I tell you what, I'm not that old, so I did look up a few episodes because I had heard the show, and it sucked. It sucked. It was terrible. It was 50s acting. It was terrible. Probably the first show I can ever remember watching that kind of like really worked on me, and I was little to start with, was In Search Of. I was a big fan when I was a kid. Okay, like I was a real geeky 8-year-old. I had, a subscription to National Geographic. Geography was my world. So was science, not science fiction, science. So In Search Of was amazing with Leonard Nimoy, and Cosmos with Carl Sagan. Big shows when I was a kid. And props to Neil deGrasse Tyson for Cosmos on a further
I
level.
was just about to say that. Yeah.
But In Search Of was probably the first show I think. What do you mean was? I don't know it was. Leonard Nimoy is dead. So is Carl Sagan. What's she saying? I'm missing your concept, but they're both dead. They're both dead. Neil deGrasse Tyson's still alive. I know that.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so because it's old doesn't mean it's amazing, and we're going to get into that on other shows about cult of personality and how come people become authorities. Shows. Now we're going to go on to something beyond that. So let's talk about the obvious, elephants in the room. Ghost hunters. Okay, I preferred earlier seasons of it myself. I think things got a little produced. Look, we're members of Chaps family.
Yeah.
Okay. We go when we see Jay and the boys, and they're big man children. But you know what I mean? I like the earlier seasons. Doesn't mean I don't like the seasons now. Whether it be Ghost Hunters or Ghost Nation, which is the same thing under different production companies.
I haven't watched them because I want to remain impartial about it.
Well, do you know what? And when Ghost Hunters had Grant running it, and Grant's a super, super nice guy. Grant is such a cool dude. But I don't think the chemistry was right on that show, and I think that they were trying to fill a shoe.
Yeah.
Again, all production. Remember, all shows are production. All production, right? And those shows spawned off other shows. In the Ghost Hunters, you had Ghost Hunters Academy, which is what spawned off Adam Berry or Adam Berry, Amy and Adam Berry, yeah, that's his name, from Kindred Spirits. So he was on that, and I remember at the end of the third season or whatever, and I think Jay threw his keys to Adam. Now you get to drive the company van. You're a part of us now, which is fine. It's schmaltz, right? But and boy, that worked out for them in the end, didn't it? Say if there's one thing, and I, the one lady that's fine with Ghost Hunters as Satori, but she's of course related to Jay. They seem to have very poor luck with ladies in the Ghost Hunters franchise. For some reason, they all kind of come there and then eventually a big fight starts and then they're on another show. Is what it is, but probably Ghost Hunters is as close to what I think we do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. When I tell my friends that I like paranormal investigate, the first question is always, oh, like in Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
And and that's the thing, is that's also another reason why I don't watch it, because it's the fact that the mass majority of my friends and social media acquaintances, whatever, only acquaint ghost hunting or investigating to Ghost Hunters. Like that's their only association with it.
Or other shows,
movies, etc. So it's not like they actually know what's happening. They just go by off what's production based.
All I ever say is it's a production, but it's probably as close to what we do. I know that every now and then I take up to the trailer all the seasons. I just binge watch them, right? Because in the morning I get up like 3 hours before my wife, so I'll just put them on and sit there with the dog. But I enjoy it, but in the same respect, it's like watching ourselves do the same shit. So it's like, and even off of that, from Ghost Hunters, you had Ghost Hunters International, GHI. Great. That's nice. They went across. There were some personalities on that show that I might have sparred with on different talk shows. It didn't last all that long, but they had great locations. And then obviously from, Ghost Hunters, you don't have money. Yeah, that's true. Although the original Ghost Hunters shows were, they had the same garbage we do, right? You know what I mean? So have you ever seen Exploring with no?
Randonautica.
What's a Randonautica app?
We don't have a take on Randonautica.
I don't have a take because I don't know what it is. I don't like apps. Is it a phone app? If it's a phone app, it's garbage. So Kindred Spirits also came out of Ghost Hunters and Paranormal, Ghost Hunters, and I think Paranormal State. Maybe Amy Bernie. I got to think about that there. Anyway, it came out of one or the other. Chip Coffee on Kindred Spirits came from Paranormal State, and Amy and Adam came from Ghost Hunters. Hence another show. Kindred Spirits, not a fan. May all be very great people. To me, it seems very dramatic. To me, it seems very. Did you hear that?
Yes.
I did. And then there's crying crap. And Chip Coffee's a very nice guy, but like, I'm just not into the psychic stuff. So you're gonna tell me what you're gonna have to type in what No, SLS camera is shit. I've got many videos. I've done videos on it. The SLS camera is absolute crap, my opinion. Okay, so then going on to other shows. Kindred Spirits, not my thing. I've seen one season of it. I always give something a season. I think it's just dramatic. I don't really like.
I don't like drama shows. If it's paranormal, no, I don't want to hear you shitting your pants because you heard a light turn on. Like it just.
You heard a light turn on.
You could hear the click.
A click.
Yeah. Why you gotta?
Well, the light itself doesn't have a noise.
Maybe it does if it's super quiet and it has the static sound, like really old lights where you can hear like.
Nope. You're stupid. So, okay. So going on, Ghost Adventurers. Boy, I get a lot of people mad at me when I talk about Ghost Adventurers. Okay, I think the show now has turned stupid. It's he's.
I will, okay, when he's not expecting it.
So, yeah, I liked it when GAC first came out, I really liked GAC. They had that whole sequestered thing going on. You know, we're going to do a location. You know, Zach was a little over the top, but personality. I could be jealous of Zach because I'm built like a gnome and he's built like a god, and I hate him for that. Whatever. So I like the whole thing, like where they all had video cameras and they were all alone in the house, and that was kind of neat. It was a neat concept. I liked it. And then it went all weird, and then like masking before masking was cool, because masking's fucking cool now. But you know what I mean, masking, and then all that. It got silly. And then of course they had their offshoot, the Paranormal Challenge, which was their learning to become the best paranormal, and you win. Okay, and then he had the. You ever seen it?
No.
Really?
But
Yeah.
I'm
At
like
the end of the episode, he would use one of these crowd risers, and let them all know that it was done. It was entertaining as all get out, but some of the people that came off of that show, wow, man. And I know that. See, the funny thing is that some of the people that we see in this field as being an authority were contestants on those two shows. Okay, so not 10 years ago, they were like, oh, a bumbling idiot. Now they're considered a professional. Thank you. So, Phil, are you going to tell me what a rando donkina is?
Randonautica.
It's rando donkina.
Here, I'll Google it.
You Google it,
Let's
please.
solve our curiosity.
Okay.
It's a travel app. That's what.
Well, I use travel apps to find hotels.
Oh, okay. I vaguely remember this happening. So it generates coordinates for them to like locate an area. I remember a trend going on last year where like it would take you to these like spooky areas.
It's
like
called geocaching. I geocache.
Okay, not geocaching.
No, look, wait, look.
I know, obviously.
Look, I've got a GPS for
away.
geocaching.
So it's an app that takes you to spooky areas, like obviously cemetery.
Geocaching right in cemeteries all the time.
Great. So anyways, it's supposed to take you to places where there have been recorded findings where something scary has happened. I forgot what that was, and so
so it's not an app that discovers ghosts.
No,
it's more of an app that chronicles.
Yes, and so
where
like, it would
shit's
take you to like a cemetery.
No, I haven't used that. I might actually check that out.
Yes. Sorry, I completely forgot.
I've been geocaching for like 13 years, so yeah.
But the problem was people were doing it alone, and then they were getting all spooked, and it was just like random, and then people stopped doing it.
So now, one thing I got to ask Philip Noseworthy, because I see him post on our friend and investigator Phil Booker's page.
Yes.
Is Philip Noseworthy and Phil Booker the same person? Because I've known Phil Booker for 35 years or 30 some odd years.
Unless Phil was married to his self, sure.
Better answer that. So,
considering, yes.
Yeah, Paranormal Challenge and then Paranormal Lockdown. Okay, I've talked to Nick a few times. Really super dude. Also, Katrina Wyman from Paranormal State. Like, Paranormal State seems like a weird feeder show. I really enjoyed the first season of Paranormal Lockdown because guess what? They did what GAC did in the first season. Lock them in, just put a couple static cameras there, and live there for like 48 hours.
Yeah, I mean, we've left static cameras.
Yeah.
We've seen a naked guy walking around, so.
Okay, so I have pictures of Phil and I together. Okay, so you are not the same person. Other than that, Phil was having conversations with himself on Facebook, which is kind of creepy. But I wouldn't put that above Phil.
No.
Phil is an actor, after all.
Of course.
Right. So, so the whole phenomena of that was really good on Lockdown. And in the second season, they got back into toys like what's the warbling spirit box? It's like this big, and it makes some voice like
spooky.
So it's all spooky. It's got a little wire in it that shakes the voice, or some shiznet like that. It's stupid, and it costs like $1,500, and it's like a 4-year wait for it. So I'm still waiting on mine.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I stopped watching it. Then they had a British season, and I never could catch that because now, of course, all the good paranormal shows are now all on Paramount Plus and Discovery Plus and Disney Plus. So, you can't just have regular satellite. Now you got to pay an extra $40 a month to watch it on something else. He is way cuter in real life. Oh dear.
Probably told you so much stories.
Yeah, well,
No, I just hear your stories from my mom. Paranormal stories and experiences. See,
so
that just changed the context.
all I'm talking about now is shows. Paranormal State, never was into it. It was one of the granddaddy shows that got popular. Ryan, and I've spoken to Ryan, and I've emailed to Ryan, and then Ryan got involved with something where he took a bunch of people's money and never gave it back.
Mhm.
So I kind of go from that particular topic.
Yeah.
Not going to have an opinion, but it's sus enough that I don't need to be near it. The show itself, looks revolved around a demon following him around, kind of sycophantic. It's all about him.
Mhm.
Whatever. The Haunted Towns and Ghost Asylum. That's the Tennessee race. Tennessee. I'm missing 4 teeth up here. The Tennessee Wraith Chasers. Chris and company. Chris was a competitor on Paranormal Challenge. He was also a competitor on GHA.
Yeah.
So, and whatever.
Yeah.
They're from down. I think they're from down south. Nice guys. Really, really religious. It's kind of a weird paradox. Then you had Josh Gates, Everything Expedition, Destination, whatever Josh Gates does.
Yeah.
Look, I love Josh Gates. I really do. What I really love more than I love Josh Gates is Josh Gates's budget. Can I please work on a paranormal show that was going to take me everywhere in the world? Give me diving equipment, flying equipment, Jeeps, ATVs, a crew of Sherpas to carry me up the mountain, a whole bit.
I would love that.
I would love that. And I think I like it because he's actually got credit. Like, he is an actual archaeologist.
Yeah.
He has a degree, but he also has a degree in acting, right? So,
Mhm.
it went hand in hand. Very, very entertaining guy. Although I did get a little sick of that Josh Gates Tonight Show. I did watch it a couple times during COVID, but it did got, too much.
Dan has a question.
What was the show where the 2 guys travel in a camper and one goes? That's a porno. What was the show where 2 guys travel in a camper and one goes in on his own and screams like a girl every time something happens? I still think it's a porno. You are dirty.
He's getting confused.
Yeah, I know you're 55. You're remembering things all funny, aren't you? I think that might be like one of those teen movies you watched. Maybe, you're creepy. No, I actually think I know what he's talking about, but I don't remember the show. Let's go on here. For Paranormal Fact or Fake, this is Ben Hansen's show where they take certain things that happen and try to recreate them. Love it when anybody does that. It was an entertaining show. Don't know why it's off the air. Ben Hansen's awesome. Most Haunted. Look, I got to be honest with you. This probably was the first show that kind of inspired me. Not because of Yvette Fielding screaming. I can't stand her. Or Derek Okora. And everything happening, the psychic down the alleyways that coming to get you, which you got proven wrong by, Kieran O'Keefe and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Ridiculous. But what was really great about that show was the locations. Let's be honest. And the green chroma key screen, like the original Night Shot, like the green and black, which had this purity to it. It did get me quite interested, right? That and Ghost Hunters were really the 2 shows that, if I was like, man, you know what? I've been kind of doing this already for like 15 years. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And that's when I formalized Chaps in 2005. Ghost Brothers. Don't watch it for learning. Got to be honest with you. I love the Ghost Brothers a lot. There's supposed to be a new season coming up. And you know what? That's right, Kay. You would have known it because you're a Brit. Richard Felix arranged a lot of those cool locations. I'd love to do it. If my body would ever let me go overseas again, I would. Ghost Brothers are just absolutely endearing. A lot of fun to watch. They goof on each other. I just have fun with them. That's all. That's why I watch the show. It's just entertainment. Ghost Mine, shit, garbage. Matter of fact, the inspiration for why we didn't get a show, we were actually going to sign a, what do you want to call it? pre-disclosure agreement and whatever for a six episode pilot. And then the producer asked me, he was on the phone with me from California. He had guys come up and do shots and all that up with us.
Mhm.
And he said, well, what do you think of Ghost Mine? And I said, I think it's the worst piece of garbage on TV. Who investigates a mine? Okay, Jack's coming up in a second. And then he said, that's my show. You know what? I literally didn't hear anything after that.
No wonder.
Yeah, so I screwed that up. I really did. Okay, so I'll go to Jack Osborne. I want to believe he's on another show as well. I like Jack. Jack's an entertaining guy. I think that's a lot of reality TV stuff. I think Jack's more interested in the paranormal than a lot of that, as well as what I really enjoyed. If my niece Shannon's watching, is the Low Files. The Low Files, really, I mean, none of them are paranormal investigators, but
Yeah.
it was really interesting to watch Rob Lowe and his sons.
Mhm.
Again, another person I absolutely hate is Rob Lowe. Not because I think he's a schmaltzy actor, but
Yeah.
because Rob Lowe is 57 years old, and Rob Lowe looks like my little brother. So there's a lot of hate going on. He looks fantastic. He's 57. He still looks the same.
Botox surgery.
I don't know if it's that. He's really into the whole Atkins and
Did you
facial
just sit
cream.
here and watch 911 and just drool the whole time?
I don't drool.
I think I'm gonna
It's-
ask Sandy.
I have
Just
a-
confirm.
Maybe a man crush, I guess.
Oh my god.
So I like the Low Files. Thanks for outing me. So, Ghost Cops, terrible, stupid, dumb. Guy with a stogie sitting out of his mouth, and we can do this. Yeah, that's right. All the Boston accents and all that shit. It was
called
stupid.
Ghost Stalkers.
Yeah, I bet that's what it was called, dude. Ghost Stalkers. That's a porn. It's a porn. That's Dan messaging me there on the side saying, it's not a porn. Here it is. I will look it up. I'm going to now because you said it. I still think it's a porn. The Dead Files seems to be what everybody looks as Harkin Truth now. No. It's a psychic and a cop. And they correlate, but they don't tell each other what they're saying. Because in the production notes, nobody's actually talking behind the scenes. Okay, by the way, and there's no script writer. It's really honestly a cop and a psychic, and they don't actually mesh until like the end result.
Wow.
Right. No, it's crap. It's terrible. Stupid show. Ghost Lab. I like the Kling brothers.
Yeah.
I wanted their budget too. Did you ever see Ghost Lab? You're gonna have to look up. I know you're like 13, but like you gotta have to look up these shows.
What's my
Ghost Lab.
Poor
They
man.
shush now. They pulled up to a location, and they had this trailer, like you put a car in, like a race car. But when you got in the back of the trailer, it was like luminescent, and had all these things. So you put your evidence in there. You have your evidence lab on wheels. It was fantastic, but everything was like done scientifically.
Yeah,
And
of course.
whatever. I wanted that budget because I want to drive around with a trailer that's got all my gear in the back.
Don't we all?
I got to fit it all in the back of the Jeep and
I was gonna say,
carry
yeah.
it. Extreme Paranormal. Look that one up.
Good.
Oh. Extreme Paranormal was bad.
Oh.
Like dangerous. Like they would do shit like, we're investigating this graveyard tonight. And one of them would get buried 6 feet under in a box.
Oh.
And then they'd set like the ground on fire and leave them alone.
Oz.
Oz. Dan. That's also kind of a porn. That's a jail show. I have a new camper. I can use that. I go up there every weekend. So our friend Dan. Look, guys, Dan's saying, if you look at on the comments, was with my team for many, many, many years, and he's many, many, many years old. And I'm just trying to see where Oz comes up as a paranormal show. It's a jail drama, unless it's the Wizard of Oz, which is also not paranormal.
I think he's talking about the Wizard of Oz.
So he's talking about a jail show.
Yeah, I guess so.
Dan, are you in on a different conversation than we're in right now?
Possibly.
I could see him coming up with some kind of comment to make right now. Deep South Paranormal. Holy, what a way to Southern fry things. Because y'all talk like this down there. Yeah, I'm going to go up down there behind that whiskey still up there. Behind the whiskey still. Yeah. And then they all talk in Southern stuff. I love the South. Like, but it was definitely a show that was like, hey, let's get some yokels on a show. Not very nice of the producers. Low files enjoyed. My ghost story, stupid. My ghost story. That's how it goes. In between each commercial, it's my ghost story. It's like dramatic people talking about it.
Click.
And then there's Creepy Canada, which is like the sanitized CBC Canadian version of a creepy ghost story. No, it's terrible. I don't know why people talk about it.
Love you guys. Great duos.
Thank you.
Dan never
I have no idea what Oz.
verified.
Haunted hospitals? No. Sorry. I was asked to be a consultant on that show. Fun little story though. Is that the one that Dan Aykroyd hosts? I believe it is. Dan Aykroyd was supposed to come do an investigation with us. He was twittering back and forth with us. We were doing the Murney Tower in Kingston, and he was in town promoting his vodka. And somehow, like one of the members on our team was a comedian, and through a tweet.
No, that's hotels.
Oh, okay. Then we're not even worth talking about. But anyway, Dan Aykroyd was supposed to come down and investigate with us at the Bernie. He wanted to, but unfortunately his publicist would not allow for the time. So to whoever stopped that from happening. Haunted Hospitals did contact me to do some consultation work. And then when they found out that, because we had investigated a ton of hospitals, but then they're like, no, like we need to be a consultant. We're going to interview people that work at hospitals and things happen. And I said, well, how am I supposed to be a consultant for that? I don't work at a hospital. No, but you're a paranormal expert. I don't like the expert word, please. That's what they said. And Richard Estep does hospitals? Really? Well, yeah, because he's in the medical field. But anyway, there was some, I don't know. I was asked to do that through the production company, and it never ended up working out, which was fine. Because I wasn't going to go on and talk to something I don't know. Because what I wanted to show was our investigative work at hospitals and talk about hospitals we've done. So it didn't work out. So the last one I've got on my list here is honestly another grandfather show. People don't think it's that old, but it is. Look it up. MTV Fear. MTV Fear was a reality show where they would take like 8 people.
Yeah.
And they would go to a place like, West Virginia State Penitentiary. They would go to the ready room, and each one of them would have to go out with a, one of those go cams that show their face, and right. And they'd have to do like a chore, stand out there for half an hour and call the spirit of Googly Goose or something like that, and see how long they can stay out there. And then at the end of the night, the winning team, I don't know, got a bag of Cheetos or something. So that's all the shows I have to talk about. It's over 45 minutes now.
Of just you talking.
Of just me talking. And you know what, Philip? I've looked up MTV Fear a couple times, and no, it wasn't Destination Fear. That's stupid from what I hear. I haven't seen it. I don't have any of those plus stations. No, it was MTV Fear, and it was from the early 2000s. And quite entertaining. They actually did it with Celebrity Fear as well, or something like that. Gary Busey was on that, which was a gong show. So that's it. Those are the shows. Just pissed along with them. We talked about them. We're done with it. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before I close the book on this one? And we'll figure out what the next episode is going to be about. I'm going to start getting ghosts in, ghost guests. And we'll give this another couple episodes. And if it doesn't work, then we'll get rid of the show.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So
News to me.
I'll give you all 10 seconds.
Type fast.
Type fast. I love Josh Gates too. He has a nice butt. He's certainly a fit man, I think.
Between this and your obsession with Rob Lowe, I think we need to add you to
I'm
the
not-
LGBTQ.
Yes, I could still use a trailer. If my wife would let me, I'd change our trailer up for a lab.
No, I've only been to your trailer once.
We have a car. You can go up there now anytime you want.
Yeah, it's almost as if I work weekends.
Go during the week.
Alone?
Kind of creepy too, really.
Yeah.
Nothing but a bunch of old people in the trailer park at
Brandon
that
works
point.
during the week. So I just wanna hang out.
Yeah. There's a whole like 70-year-olds in the park,
Can't wait.
and then you.
Yeah.
But it's good for the dog. My dog loves the trail.
Oh, I'll bring Benji up.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for staying with us, and share the podcast and watch it again many, many, many times.